Well, one day I live right up the road, right up Georgia Avenue from Incubed, and one day I wanted to go for a run, and my name brand backpack was just a little too big and cumbersome. It wasn't right sized, and because all I had was my cell phone, my wallet, my keys, and glasses, and I didn't want to put them in my fanny pack like most guys. I hate my fanny pack, and I didn't want to put it in my pockets. So I started looking online. Is there just a thin, either a backpack or a some kind of harness or like a detective's holster, something like that, that could just fit my essentials and not throw off my profile or my center of gravity or anything like that. And I couldn't find anything. I did all kinds of searches online, Army, Navy surplus kind of stuff. Couldn't find anything. So hence that was the idea for VryPac. There's a company in San Francisco that takes clothing ideas for people. Thankfully, they did not accept me, or else I would have sort of lost control of my idea. I have a distant relative in suburban Maryland who has a athletic clothing company, so he said he could do it, and we did it. It took a while dealing with the factory in China, but it took a while, and prototype to prototype, it kept improving. I kept getting feedback from friends and family, and we came up with a pretty good product. 2 years. Well, 2 frustrating years, but we got it, and now I've got the second version, which is an expandable version. The language barrier and just the time, and just knowing that little old me had no bargaining leverage in the situation. So, anyway. That it doesn't alter your center of gravity by much more than 1 iota. You can keep all your balance and agility while you're doing outdoor stuff. It can be, if you're on travel, it's great to put all your stuff, and go through airport security. If you're on a resort area, it's theft resistant, and but it's built for athletics, outdoor athletics. Anybody. I mean, obviously, I expect 99.9% of the consumers of the pink version to be female, but the male version is the black version is about either gender. So yeah, sports and travel are the two biggest things, and then my female friends say they like it as a handbag substitute because it frees your hands. Mainly, the people who love it the most are extreme sports athletes like parkour and skateboarders. They really like it a lot. It was conceived for running, but you got to go to the vertical market that people like it the most. So that's where I'm going first. But I'm right now expanding my marketing to walkers, power walkers, runners. The Dish Trail, which is the name of the second version, is a famous hiking and running trail in Silicon Valley. So I'm aiming a lot of my marketing towards that. Absolutely. So again, this is the same size as the original. It's designed for your wallet, your keys, not much more. Barely changes your profile or your center of gravity. Inside is a neoprene sleeve that's water resistant. You can put your cell phone in there. You can hold 5 credit cards, either a pen or an insulin injector. You can put your work ID card in there, badge. Some more pockets, small pockets in here for more cards, for little things, and then it expands. So you can put a small piece of clothing and a water bottle or something like that. If you can see here, these are for pens or pencils, and then credit card size or business card size. You can hold about 4.
Hey, you can even put an iPad in there.
An iPad mini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah, the mini version of most standard tablets. Two, and they're both removable and adjustable, so it can fit most any adult.
You can look to the camera. Mary, move more this way.
I can only go so far. That's it.
This is good. Move your phone. Move it this way. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, you can look to the camera.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to stare the entire time. You can look to her for some part of the time, but
Okay.
for the video portion, it's just gonna be the question and you. So
Okay. Is it recording now?
it's recording.
Okay, and then I'll record the audio now.
Beautiful. And you guys can start as soon as we shut the door. Awesome.
Okay.
Remember, when possible, just take 3 seconds after you answer the first question, so it's easier to edit. And then the follow-up questions are for the podcast, so no need to do that for
Gotcha.
follow-ups. And
Just remind me when we're follow-up mode.
so the way she's done it so far, I'm sorry, she just goes like this when it's like the question for the camera, and for the other ones,
Okay.
it's, yeah.
Alright, cool.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Do re mi fa sol la
You
ti.
can rock this, Mary. Thank you.
Okay, so why don't you start by telling us your name and what your business venture is?
Hi, I'm Teka Thomas. My business venture is a sporting goods company called VryPac. And our first product is a thin backpack. This is actually the second version of the first product. It's about 9 by 6 inches, fits flat against your back, virtually no impact on your center of gravity. And it opens up. It has a neoprene sleeve inside that you can put credit cards and other personal items in. And it's designed to have your essentials, your wallet, keys, glasses, if you have an insulin injector or anything like that. And this new version expands like that, if you want, and it can fit a 17-ounce water bottle and a small piece of clothing, if you'd like it. We have a prototype of something for the front of the body, but that's still kind of under wraps, and some other ideas for products. Everything is designed for sporting goods that facilitate movement.
So where did you get the idea for this type of backpack?
Right here on Georgia Avenue, if you believe it or not. Here at Incubed, and that's how you pronounce it, right? Incubed?
I think so.
Right here on Georgia Avenue, believe it or not. Here at Incubed, you're about 3/4 of a mile down Georgia Avenue from my house. And in May or June of 2014, I wanted to go for a little run. And my name brand water hydration pack was just too big and cumbersome for the situation. And then, like most guys, I hate my fanny pack. I don't want to run with my wallet and cell phone in my pockets. So I just started looking around. Hey, is there some kind of product? Maybe a backpack, maybe something like a detective's holster or some kind of harness that I can put my essentials in. So I did all kinds of shopping searches online, Army, Navy stores, that kind of stuff, and I couldn't find anything. So that's essentially how it was born. The idea is just for a short jog down Georgia Avenue, right to about where we are, and I do a U-turn and go back home.
So you have the product. As for how you market it, do you have a specific business set up, and how did you go about it, or is that what you're doing here at Street Entrepreneurs?
The business was set up formally 2 years ago, and I got my first shipment last year of the original product, and then about 3 weeks ago, which would have been in June of 2018, of the new dish trail version that expands. Self-funding, some family money. My manufacturer is actually a distant cousin, so it's mainly a family funded venture, but it's really all on me. There's two phases to a consumer product. There's getting it built and then getting it sold. So I've gotten it built, now I gotta get it sold.
And are there certain other challenges you've faced in getting it sold, or, as you said, building your business?
Sure. The first challenge in getting it built was just the slowness of dealing with the factory in China. When you're crossing languages and cultures and legal systems, if you will, there's a slowness. But I will say this. Sometimes when they came back with mistakes in the product, it actually opened my mind as to potential new features of what the product could be. Well, you already have the video, so this could could be used for the podcast.
This is true, but if you can just make sure it's recording, just in case we get anything good, we want to get on the video too.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So we'll just edit this little piece that I'm speaking out, and so does having a law degree come in handy to being an entrepreneur?
Absolutely, because I knew how to come up with a pretty good trade name and how to promptly protect it, and of course in crafting the contracts, which are the framework for all your business arrangements.
So, what are a couple legal considerations entrepreneurs should keep top of mind?
The number one legal consideration is that you need to contact a lawyer promptly. So that's in protecting your name, figuring out what the best corporate form for your organization is going to be, as well as the contracts and the intellectual property strategy and all the deals and arrangements you're going to make your business run the way you want it to run.
Awesome. How did you hear about Street Entrepreneurs?
My friend is on your board, and she invited me to a fundraiser where she introduced me to you, and she said that I, in my capacity as a lawyer, used to give business law presentations, and you said you needed that, so I gave one, and I also attended some of your workshops on things like accounting, branding, salesmanship, and just business operations processes.
Shout out to Bethany Quinn, right?
Yes, yes.
So in this workshop you gave, you used a lot of football analogies.
I did.
I love them.
Good.
But I was really, it really made sense to me when you were asking someone to describe the rules of football, and then you translated that to a contract.
Yeah, if I knew I wish I knew going into law school that the best example of legal communications are football referees. When they, a really thorough football referee will explain what the foul was, what the rule is, and tell you, apply what happened, and then come to the conclusion. And that framework called IRAC, issue, rule, application, conclusion, is how you write law school exams, and then fundamentally how you write legal memoranda.
That's awesome.
So watch football to learn the practice of law.
Can you give us an example of this?
I'll give you the example I used in the workshop, which is if you see a receiver catch the ball in the NFL, catch the ball as he goes out of bounds with some contact from the defensive back, what are you looking at? First, you're looking at, was it a good catch? And I explained that you can't simply say, caught the ball with 2 feet. What if you caught the ball with 1 foot, bobbled it, and then the other foot came down? No. I use that to explain why contracts are actually so wordy and legislation is actually so wordy. It's to get rid of the ambiguities and things. And then, there's also this other exception. Was he interfered with by the defensive player? So that's the example I gave and why I gave it.
Awesome. So what's your favorite team?
The 49ers and the Raiders, although looks like the Raiders are leaving my native Bay Area again.
Oh my goodness. So are you switching teams if they do
No,
that?
they have 49ers in the NFC, Raiders in the AFC.
Awesome. Thank you very, very, very much, Teka.
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun.
I appreciate you doing this, and get out there and buy VryPac. Where can people buy your bag?
VryPac.
VryPac.
You can go to VryPac, VryPac. Most people go to Amazon. You can just go to VryPac.com. And there's also, you can go to a veteran-owned and run website called pompusa.org, and you can get it there too.
Awesome.
All right?
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And you guys can